All right, doctor told me my cholesterol isn't too good. I invested in one of these under the desk treadmills. So I'm gonna have to work this one off. All right, so if you didn't know, I'm a big nerd. I love all the tech and all the cool stuff happening in the future world, as I like to say. But this past week was really cool because you had, a glimpse of the future with Tesla showing some of their new products. I think with some of the stuff that Elon is doing with his company is really going to actually directly affect how people engage with rural land, actually. I mean, think about it. You've got Starlink coming out of SpaceX. This is their revenue model to generate revenue to get people onto Mars and to get our way over to Mars. And one of the ways he's done that, he's launched several thousand satellites out there in low orbit to distribute internet from anywhere. And it's really meant for low density areas. You know he's serious about this because just recently when they moved over to Austin, they've produced over 1 million of those little satellite dishes. I know my co-founder Kevin has gotten a chance to use it quite extensively as well. This is another thing that is just going to allow people to detach from urban areas and get out there in rural land or vacant land and be able to do what they need to do out there. What else? Well, just a few days ago, we saw Tesla's We Robot event. This was crazy because they're really working on full autonomous driving, really AI on wheels. And firsthand, I've tried it. It's incredible. I know there's a lot of stuff sort of being thrown around in the media, but with their new Cyber Cab, with their current lineup of cars being able to have full self-driving, and even their new, what he calls the Robovan or the Robovan, this thing is nuts because it can be altered into an RV, a mobile home, a party bus, whatever it is, it's going to be fully autonomous as well. We got a glimpse of the future. Not only that, they're Optimus. They're humanoid robots. This is also going to be crazy because this is going to be fully autonomous as well. It's really AI that has learned from real world data, and instead of being on a car and 4 wheels, it's now on a bipedal humanoid robot. Again, really cool. If you think about it, people heading out to rural land, they've got their autonomous vehicles, be out there with assistance of a humanoid robot. And I foresee this happening probably in the next 5 to 7 years. This is coming closer and closer, and it's incredible. Anyways, I think some of the projects, again, that he's working on or Elon's directly leading is going to affect how we engage in dense areas and how people are going to be more comfortable heading out to rural areas because they're just going to be able to do that a lot easier. Anyways, just a really exciting past week seeing, again, what the future might look like. And again, I think this is going to affect people who want vacant land. Okay, so to more exciting things, there's a lot of updates going on inside of Pebble here. First of all, one of our core values is everybody on the team is a brand ambassador, and we love face-to-face. We love our community, our users to know us by our names. And we're gonna continue to double down on that. And so we're gonna have more face-to-face interaction, more demos, one-on-one onboarding, and now we've got our weekly office hours. And then I'm also introducing a work session on Fridays, really focused on leads and deals. So that is gonna be completely new. You can find more about that. I'm gonna provide the link, find it in the description below. Again, our team really focuses on being a face-to-face company. You might have met people like Scott on the team, who's my sales and demo guy, and Andrea, who's part of customer success. You might have met Tracy and Holly, who both have land experience and are on the customer experience side of things. You might have met Sylvia, our designer. You may have talked to one of our developers on a more technical issue, and certainly you've met both Kevin and I, for the co-founders here. We're actively engaging the community, and this is something we're going to continue to drive forward here at Pebble. All right, so I'm really excited to talk quickly and just a little bit because we're actually going to go into testing right now. We're finally introducing some AI into Pebble. That's going to be tied with the phone calls. So being able to see your transcriptions of all your phone calls, and if it's a minute or longer, whether it's a voicemail or a phone conversation, you're gonna see the entire summary of that call in bullet points. It's really cool. I got to see it this morning. But yeah, introducing some AI features into Pebble. I won't talk too much about that, and I'll keep that on the low for now because we'll make more of an announcement of that on our next update roundup. And by the way, if you don't know, every month Kevin and I go live sharing what we're working on, what's coming out here at Pebble. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification on this channel, because you'll know when we go live. All right, here's one I'm personally excited about. I come from a design background, and we are rolling out a new look, more focused on being inviting and delightful, really while still maintaining that professional look. We're looking at more warmer and friendlier colors and typefaces for the new branding. And the Pebble app will actually reflect this as well. It's an update that we're working on. And by the way, some of you guys might be going through some brand exercises right now because maybe you're branding your business. I want to give you a couple tips here. Start with your core values when it comes to your branding. Now, not all core values are going to be reflected in your brand, but think about that. And then you want to align with your audience. Consider the message that you want to project out there. Are you working with veterans? Are you working with tourists? Or, think about, again, who's your end audience for your branding. I know we've got a buy side and a sell side, and those two can be independent from each other. I've seen other people who have land businesses, they may have 2 or 3 different dispo brands that they're marketing through. So make sure you keep that in mind. Here at Pebble, we do want to make this feel like an inviting and delightful process to work with us. One of the big things for us is keeping things simple. And that's what we want to be able to communicate visually through our brand as well. Not only that, we're a real company. So having that friendly feel as well is really important to us. Some tips here when it comes to branding and design and whatnot. I know most of you guys might be using something like Fiverr or Upwork. Problem with those places is because it just looks very templated or very stock. Check out other sites like Dribble, that's DRIBBBLE, that's what I use, or Behance to find great designers. You're gonna have to sift through a lot more because they're gonna be able to upload their portfolios on there. You can browse through things and then you can message to work with them there. And by the way, you might be used to working with a single designer. Don't be afraid to engage with smaller agencies. They may have somebody who's going to be doing the branding and then somebody who's going to do maybe the build or the development for your website. Those are always great places to look. Again, I recommend you to check that out. Lastly here, one other tool I want to throw your way. I've been testing these last few days and it's been awesome. It's called Whisper Flow. That's Whisper spelled WISPR. They were the #1 product on Product Hunt, and it's an AI typing piece of tool that you can use and install on your Mac. So if you have a MacBook, this is really handy because now when I type, all I have to do is hit a button and it types through my talking. And what's really cool is it has AI to correct things. It will also start learning even names. So my wife, my son, they both got really tricky spelling of their name. Although my wife's name is only 3 letters, it knows it now because it learned from what I corrected it. So it's been saving me tons of time. In fact, on my mobile phone here, I typically will use Google's voice type a lot for most things. I just don't like typing anymore. I can just get a message across a lot quicker. Unfortunately, Macs did not have something comparable, I would say, but now with Whisper Flow, it's been super helpful and huge time saving. It's got, again, some AI built into it, some intelligence built into it to help you with grammar and punctuation and even spelling hard to pronounce and hard to spell names. All right, so that's it for this time. I'll update you on the next one.